Man.
Well, this is definitely controversial because it has taken away a couple laps.
They need to do something pretty quick here. This thing needs to be solved. They should be back under green.
There's more to it than that, buddy. There are cars on the tail end of the lead lap. Michael Waltrip, Bill Elliott, Wally Dallenbach, Rick Mast, Kyle Petty. That because they're on the tail end of the lead lap and they are lead lap cars, they're being moved ahead of Dale Earnhardt. This is this last 10 laps single file restart rule, and Buddy Parrott doesn't like the way it's being implemented because his car was leading at the time of the caution, and now he is in second place. And Buddy's just getting informed that those cars on the tail end of the lead lap will line up ahead of them because though they were on the tail end of the lead lap, came off pit road ahead of Rusty, or what I think is more likely, chose not to pit. That's what sets them at the tail end of the lead lap. This is a fairly new procedure, and it takes some sorting out because these last 10 laps you restart single file, lead lap cars in the front, everybody else behind, trying to sort it out. Not the way Dale Earnhardt wants to win a race either.
No, I was just fixing to say, these guys like to race for it.
So 3 laps to go. We may end up here with a 1-lap shootout with tail end of the lead lap cars in front of the race leaders. Not a good time to go mow the lawn, folks.
Okay, the starter does have the green flag in his right hand now, so I would just about guarantee you they're going to drop the green flag this time by.
The light is out on top of the safety truck.
This is pretty phenomenal. I've never seen anything like this before. This is a new rule. We're trying to get it straightened out, but this is going to be wild because there's about 5 cars in front of Dale Earnhardt who are really on the tail end of the lead lap, but are not a factor in the race.
And they're racing each other, though. They are racing each other for Michael Waltrip on back. You know, for 8th, 9th, 10th position. All right, pace truck is in. Finally, let's settle this. The green and the white flag will wave simultaneously. They'll race 1 lap.
This is double coyote ugly here, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You're just not kidding.
We're kind of quiet here because this is unbelievable.
This is the calm before the storm, folks.
Boy, the storm's coming, whether it's rainstorm or what. Earnhardt, Wallace, Gordon, Irvin, Schrader, Shepard, Brett Bodine.
Earnhardt is slow on the start, and you cannot pass to the left
until the start-finish line. Here they come. All those lead lap cars. Watch Schrader trying to get in it from the outside here.
Jeff Gordon to the inside. Rusty had to make a counter move to the inside. He's up beside Earnhardt and by.
Jeff Gordon, black flag. You have 3 laps to acknowledge it. It's only 1 lap left. And it's Wallace to the front. They sweep around. Earnhardt, Wallace down to the inside. Final lap. 2 corners from home. Earnhardt is right there.
Rusty Wallace just answered the question. How deep can you drive a car into number 1? That's as hard as you can make it.
Kenny Schrader is up to 4th behind Jeff Gordon. Turn 3. Final corner.
These lap cars are going to play a factor. Let's see what happens.
Big chunk of cars in front of the leader. Earnhardt looks slow. Jeff Gordon looks slower, but it's all Rusty Wallace. 2 in a row. Big crash at turn 3. Little surprise that on this final lap. And I believe it's Wally Dallenbach. Oh.
I'll tell you, the key to Rusty's victory there was Jeff Gordon following Rusty. That Chevrolet helped that Ford win the race because Jeff Gordon put his nose up in the rear of that Ford and it drafted right on by Dale Earnhardt.
I take that as a point, but I'll tell you what, Rusty drove so deep down in that corner, he had to make the pass. He had no choice. He couldn't check up. Meanwhile, look at Dallenbach's car. Tremendous damage on the back. I see the net coming down. That's a good sign.
Last time we had one of these nickel restarts was last May at Talladega. 1 lap to go. They dropped the rag and Rusty Wallace turned over.
That's what it's all about. You see Wally Dallenbach, he's dejected because he wrecked on the last lap, but he's okay.
And he had a top 10 car. He had a top 10 finish coming. Last cars on the lead lap crossed the line. Rick Mast, Bill Elliott, Hut Strickland, Michael Waltrip. And Rusty Wallace wins it. Watch the right side of your screen. Ooh. Hard in the wall. Wally Dallenbach.
The UAW-GM Teamwork 500 here at Pocono Raceway. Right now, Wallace taking yet another victory lap around this.
Well, it's over, and hearts can start beating again. And Rusty Wallace, for the second week in a row, will go to victory lane next.
Today's exclusive coverage of the UAW-GM Teamwork 500 on TNN has been brought to you by cold-filtered Miller Genuine Draft and Miller Genuine Draft Light, taking the country by storm. By Haviland Formula 3 Motor Oil. Add more life to your car. And by Chevrolet. One car company has won more NASCAR races over the last 10 years. Genuine Chevrolet.
Well, it was a wild finish with a one-lap shootout, and the man who dominated this race all day is in victory lane. Split Fire Spark Plugs takes you to victory lane. Here's Glenn Jarrett.
Well, Mike, dominate he did. Rusty, we meet again, but boy, it looked questionable there at the end.
Well, you know, they had that caution flag, and I saw that hunk of rubber fly off at turn 2. I said, well, they're going to have one, no doubt about it. But, you know, it was a deal whether she come in for no tires, gas, or what. We decided to put 4 tires on. And when Dale did 2 right sides, I went, man, I don't know. But then they kept holding the race, and I said, man, I don't know what's going on here, and we have to get the job done quick. But, hey, this Miller Genuine Draft, Ford Thunderbird, Mobile, Bosch Spark Plug, man, it ran good. And the tires were great today.
Let me ask you, I mean, you knew you had a strong car, but riding around there under caution, seeing the laps dwindle down, just how antsy were you getting?
I was getting pretty antsy because I didn't know what was cooking out there. I thought I didn't see any problem, but I still don't understand how all those cars got in front of me. I think that had to be a scoring error.
Well, what that was, they were on the tail end of the lead lap. They did not pit, so you guys would have come out behind them.
Okay, well, that makes sense, but it doesn't make much sense with only 5 to go that does it. I mean, really, they weren't going to accomplish anything, but it worked out okay. I'd like to congratulate Dale on a great second-place run, and I can congratulate Roger Penske, and they won today in Detroit, and second place also. We won today. I think we're on a roll.
Okay, congratulations again to Rusty Wallace. We're looking for Buddy Parrott. I don't see him here yet. I'm just going to present this to Rusty on behalf of the crew. Rusty, your guys have won the Miller Genuine Draft Pit Crew Award for the umpteenth time. They're over. Finally, they're getting here. They had a long way to run, but congratulations for your crew. They did a great job all day.
Well, I'll accept this for the whole entire team. They're just showing up right now, but they did a great job today. The motor had super horsepower again. Everything went smooth. Hey, we're right there. The crew's hot, and we're just going to keep it going.
Rusty Wallace is pretty hot, too.
Rusty Wallace wins it today as they take Wally Dallenbach's STP Pontiac back to the garage. Dale Earnhardt finishes second. Third unofficially to Jeff Gordon, or now we're showing Ken Schrader on our board as third. Morgan Shepherd fourth. Mark Martin finishing in fifth. And we'll take you a little further back in the field in just a bit. Mark Martin in fifth. Sixth, Ernie Irvin. Seventh, Brett Bodine. Eighth is Rick Mast. Ninth is Bill Elliott. 10th is Michael Waltrip. And 11th is Jeff Gordon. He has scored at the tail end of the lead lap in 11th. We'll be at Watkins Glen in 2 weeks on Saturday. The Phase 150 Busch Grand National Race live on the road course in the Finger Lakes region of New York. Hope you can join us on Saturday, June 25th at 2 p.m. Eastern Time on TNN. Now that was a wild one.
Well, I'll tell you what, if it gets any wilder, I didn't know what to say there at the end. It got so exciting. I could feel what Rusty was going through, and I'll tell you what, it's fun having you up here again, pal.
Well, thank you, guys. Controversy at the end. Jeff Gordon ended up finishing 11th, and that was a story.
So Rusty Wallace makes it 2 in a row. Team Penske on a roll in IndyCar and Winston Cup racing. For Kenny Wallace, Buddy Baker, Glenn Jarrett, and Randy Pemberton, I'm Mike Joy. So long from Pocono.